I think in general, Magma played better than EHOME played poorly, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we definitely have to give Magma credit. I think their 2-3-4 in particular was incredibly good.
Mm-hmm.
This Clockwork Snapfire controlled a lot of the early game fights with hook shots into kisses. Like the Mars died at the start of like every fight. It felt like it was crazy. And then obviously the Doom coming in and just chasing people around all the time with that BKB timing that we talked about. I feel like they could have definitely been cleaner, like with some of their fights. But don't take anything away from them. They deserved that win last game, even if it took them 73 minutes or whatever it was.
Yeah, you get to a point where it just feels like you can't let the game go. You run on through, finally break the high ground, Stygian Desolator on your Snapfire, as well as just a completely six-slotted damage Snapfire. None of that Yule's Boots of Travel nonsense. It's a Snapfire meant for damage.
I like to think that when they found the Stygian Desolator, Drow was like, "Oh, do you think maybe I could have that Stygian Desolator and stuff?" I was like, "No. It's mine."
Not a chance, dude. Are you kidding me? I'm about to show you why Snapfire is the best damage-dealing hero in the game. And then, he proceeded to 3-shot everybody.
It's like a Deucer on steroids, isn't it?
Yeah, I think somebody in chat said exactly that. Like, it was Deucer on steroids. Because the little Shredder was hitting 3 people.
Oh, that was me on my alt account.
So. Oh, okay, yeah. And then you just comment on your chat. Yeah, man of the people. Man of the people, yeah.
One
of the things I want to say, though, if Magma do end up winning this series and EHOME don't run it back, is we talked about it yesterday when Magma got beat 2-0 against RNG, that I think in our eyes, RNG was probably, of the 3 other teams, the one that, if Magma were going to win a series, it would probably be against RNG. If they are to beat EHOME here and then their final opponent is Vici, like, all of a sudden it puts EHOME on the hot spot, right? Where maybe they're the ones who now have to beat RNG as well as Vici. Like that, it lines up to be tough. It really lines up to be tough for anybody when you've got Vici as one of your next opponents in this group. But
it's pretty crazy, isn't it? Especially when they got to the final against LGD the other time.
Yeah.
But we have to remember a series is across 3 games here, not across 2, like not across 1 even. So EHOME do have the chance to get back into the series here.
For sure. They could bring it back right here and now, split the series 1-1 and then come into game 3. Fresh slate, best of 1 it becomes if they win this game.
I love that they just banned the Doom. They're like, just get rid of it. Like, the hero's so annoying with how quickly it farms.
Yeah, I was impressed by ZC. I talked about it last game where I just didn't feel like ZC was really playing that well recently. I thought he had been a bit of a liability at times. But that game for sure, he played really well on that Doom and worked with that Devour, worked with that early advantage that he had. And, not only was he farming well, but he was prioritizing his targeting really well in the mid-game and making sure that he was... really just not only getting ahead, but helping his team to get and stay ahead.
He knew it was his job to get on the Arc Warden. That was the most important thing. And then when he picks up this X Machina and he's able to get like double BKB off every single fight for for free, it's pretty crazy because it allows him to just run up people non-stop. Like double Shivas, double BKB, double Blink.
So, talking about the draft that we have in front of us for game 2. Bloodseeker Windrunner. We've seen this combination. It's pretty interesting in lane. You'd see like Bloodright goes down, and then when you've got a couple levels on these heroes, you're either staying in the Bloodright, you're getting silenced, or basically you're going to run in a straight line to try and get out of Bloodright. You're not trying to zigzag because you're not going to get out in time if you're at the center of it. And that means you load up a power shot. You're either getting hit by the power shot, or you're staying inside the Bloodright. You're going to get hit one way or another if they're lining up the spam correctly. And it can be very dangerous in lane when you're taking that aggression consistently and constantly. And then for Magma, they go into the Lina as well as the CK. Lina obviously can flex 2 or 4. I don't think Lina's going to flex into like a 3 or anything like that. But or a 1 or a 5. So it's going to be either 2 or 4. And then CK is one of those heroes that also can flex, Could go 1, could go 3. It could go 4 too. I mean, I've seen that, but
I mean, they're very standard, like openings from both teams in the sense that you pick your pokey 4 hero most likely, and then your standard 3 hero. Right, just pick a strong lane that works well together.
Yeah,
CK lane is good. Bloodseeker wind range is good. I like that they go for the Sven though. I think it's important to set the when you have first pick coming into the second phase. It's important you set the tempo that you want them to have to react to it.
Ooh.
OGA. I could see a Faceless Void coming up for Magma in the second phase, potentially.
What was the... What was the lineup we were talking about where it was like Invoker, Ogre, and like a right-clicker?
Yeah.
Who was it who played with the Ogre? And all they were missing was the Invoker.
I can't remember.
I'll take
that was
a
a whole
look
day
real
ago,
quick.
B-Cop. I can't remember that far back.
After that 70-minute game, it was the OD. That's what it was.
Oh,
it was the OD with the.
It was IG, wasn't it?
We were thinking about getting like OD. I don't even think it was like the Invoker we were looking for, but it was like Bloodlust and something else that you want to put in the OD.
Bloodlust Alacrity. Pretty crazy.
Yeah. So maybe it was the Invoker.
I'm wondering what 5 they're going to want to pick here on EHOME. There might be a mid hero they feel like they really want, but I assume it'll be their 5 for X-Nova.
Ooh. So 5 Abaddon. Okay. I don't know if I don't hate it, but I don't like it. It's not like something I really think is going to stand out here. And then there's the OD.
I've seen the Chinese teams do this more than other regions. They put the Abaddon as the 5.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like I've seen some EU teams and things do it as well, but the China region seems to like it more than most. Yeah, this OD pick's cool though. I like this. They don't really have a great way of dealing with that hero at the moment. Like they can kite the Sven around really easily with the banishers as well, which is nice.
Yeah.
So they need to pick a hero that makes OD's game hard on EHOME, and I'm just trying to think of what that hero might be, but I think it's more about being able to play the tempo of the game before the OD like really comes online. I would say that Meteor Hammer build from the OD with Flux is ridiculous. Did I tell you about this yesterday? You know, Flux proc slows every time people take damage. Every tick of the Meteor Hammer causes another tick of Flux, so they're just slowed for like the whole duration of the Meteor Hammer. It's ridiculous.
Something new for the people there.
It just means it allows you to freely chase them down with your orb and like do so much damage. It's crazy.
Trying to think what both teams are going to want, because Magma, they could be looking for a safe laner, they could be looking for an off laner. You could put that CK in the safe lane if you want. I think he's really well suited to be an off laner right now. I like that hero in the off lane. I really wish the Wisp wasn't banned, because Wisp CK is something I just beg for. But yeah, you know, they could still be looking for a safe laner. And then EHOME, they're looking for potentially a mid, potentially a 4 if they want to throw the Windrunner mid and throw some Phoenix Gaming 7E action out there with the Windrunner mid.
I like to think they'll pick something that won't be too greedy for Magma. Like I think that Jug would have been perfect, the one they just banned, because it's a hero that can join up and fight relatively early on if needed. I think they need that kind of hero on Magma. These carries that aren't afraid to get stuck in. Void's okay. It would have been potentially slightly greedy, but what about like Ursa or something? Right, like that kind of hero. Sounds fun.
Does Ursa work with the OD well?
It's not great.
Okay.
I just want to see it.
Sure. While we're saying random 1 positions, who would I pick? Well, there we go, Wraith King. That's what I was gonna say. That, of course, you saw it. Just it was going from my brain to my mouth outside. Of course, but yeah, Wraith King, OD, CK, Ogre, Lena. I mean, this doesn't look like a current day draft. Like, does this look like a draft that you're expecting in this patch at the moment? Not really, but it looks strong. Like, this looks strong. They've got a lot of ways to kite that Sven.
It's a good Wraith King game as well.
Yeah.
I think it looks really good. I think EHOME have to play tempo this game. If they start to fall behind, I think their game will be really difficult. So you want to pick a mid-hero here that allows you to carry on playing that tempo. I don't know what it's going to be. And it needs to be something that can lane against the OD as well, which is difficult. I mean, Leshrac maybe, but it doesn't look like an easy Lesh game. It's pretty good.
Not at all.
I think you want something that isn't so reliant on farming jungle and things, though. Like, you want to give the Sven the safe stack farm and things. I could see something like Void Spirit, but it's banned.
Kunkka?
It's not great, though.
Really, yeah. It's the Leshrac. Just can, you know.
It works well with the heroes that they have. But I think now SCCC and XM are both going to be, you know, vying for that stack farm. It's a little bit disappointing for them, both of them. But I mean, Leshrac doesn't have to do that. It's just that's kind of what the hero likes to do. Yeah. They are playing Dire Lesh as well, so they have those two camps that they can stack next to the mid lane.
I think I'm going to go Magma here.
No, I think EHOME are just a better team. I know they lost game 1, but I think they'll be hungry to make amends after last game.
But Magma are hungry to take a 2-0.
Actually, anyone that picks OD Wraith King, get them in my book. Like that's I'll take that.
It's changing very quickly. Anybody who picks OD Wraith King, he has made the change. Oh, EHOME, you know, they're a better team, and he swaps.
I do what I want.
Look at this turncoat. Crazy. You're like Cooper when my brother comes home. Cooper loves me, you know, thinks I'm the better human. Then Evan comes home. He's a new human. Turncoat. Then he doesn't even care about me anymore.
I'd be interested to see how well this CK lane does, though, because they have 3 core heroes of Magma that, again, we talked about the CK before. If you start to fall behind, the CK is the core that starts to suffer in terms of farm priority. And I worry for them that, again, if you start playing this tempo game with the Lesh, then if they start to fall behind, they have 3 core heroes that need farm. And, someone has to bite the bullet. Again, it'll be the CK. Again, they'll start to fall further and further behind. So if they can play around this Lesh well on the EHOME, like play around it early, then I think they'll be fine. But if they get off to a good start of the game for Magma, that would be like a blessing for them.
Yeah, it was actually Magma who played the CK yesterday, where we saw the CK suffer.
Yes.
Look at those beautiful ads coming on the side of the screen. EGB. Can you predict better than me? Probably. I had that one day where I went 1 in 10. It was really bad.
Right. That was beautiful.
That's not me anymore. That's not me.
Oh, Sven and CK. Easy damage. I love that CK taunt, by the way. One of my favorites.
Yeah, same. I was actually going to say that, but I was gasping for air over here with a giant yawn.
Only first series, but you can't get yourself together. Jesus.
It's just what happens. It's dark outside. My body naturally yawns. I'm not actually tired here.
Not
after a 70-minute. They are very much so.
They didn't place their ward mid. Oh, they haven't. OD still has it. Be interesting to see where he places it here.
So, how's that lane supposed to match up? OD up against the Leshrac?
I mean, Lesh should do fine. It's not massively one-sided either way.
And the Chalice Fade Windrunner Bloodseeker lane is always interesting. Then up top here, TZY and Mian Mian trying to do their thing up against SCCC and X Nova. LSA landing. TZY. They take level 1. He's gone into the
X Nova.
Chaos Bolt. Ooh, X Nova. He's probably gonna fight it, but gets the Aphotic Shield off in time. And now TZY is the one who needs to run.
Oh,
say hits on 2. Yeah, man, these heroes are all both so low, and finally X Nova does die.
Nobody wanted to live up in that top lane. That was crazy.
Or everybody did, and X Nova was the one who did. God, a sliver of health for everybody there. Jeez.
A good pull from the OGA. Oh, he doesn't get it off. Unfortunate for Kaz. It's a good pull. I lied.
Okay. Not a good pull, but you did say it was a good pull. So it's either one or the other.
Oh, it wasn't then. Sorry. Actually, not even sorry. It is what it is. This bloodless movement speed will help with trying to deal with the blood right down in the bot lane, though, which is good.
Yeah. It's not a ton of extra move speed, but might be able to help out, especially when we talked about that combination where you throw the blood right down. If you're walking in a straight line, you're going to get hit by this power shot. Shackle, blood right. Some hefty damage on to this this Wraith King of K.
I hate laning against Bloodseeker. It's one of the most ridiculous things. This OD is doing really well mid, though. He's having a great time. He has 6 denies already as well.
So, we didn't do it before. I think we should do it now. We didn't do chat interaction. For a game where we didn't do chat interaction, I'm shocked, you know?
It was 77 minutes and we're just not doing chat interaction. What's our problem, Biko?
Yeah. You'd think we'd be doing some chat interaction, at least a little bit.
Top lane, X Nova.
Wraith King going down bottom, and then X Nova. He's gonna fall here to TZY.
Bcop, if I point out what's happening top lane, you need to be pointing out what's happening bot lane. Okay.
Okay.
It's your job.
Is it?
Because you can't even pretend that you're having to control the camera for the stream now. Oh, sorry, I was distracted. That's not an excuse here.
All right. As chat can see, press 1 for if Mo is too rude to me. Press 2 if you think he's just rude enough.
So if I'm not rude enough.
No, there's only 2 options on this one.
Yeah, I mean, laning stage going really well for Radiant so far, I'd say. I mean, this bot lane's obviously really difficult, but like the OD's doing really well mid. Top lane's going relatively well too, so. Oku's getting pulls off now, so at least the Wraith King's going to be able to farm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's not. Okay, never mind. Fate's just pulled as well. Right, GG. End mid.
He tried. GG and mid, yeah. Basically. K just trying to farm where he can. He's going into the phase boots first. CK, he's going in boots and then into that wand. Or treads into that wand. And then what's OD got? He's got his boots already. And 2-0 talismans.
You have to remember though that even if this Wraith King has a really bad time in the laning stage at the start, with these skeletons he can farm the jungle so quickly. It's like, it's not really a big problem.
Mm-hmm. What's the skill build for him?
I would just depends. Some Wraith Kings don't even level stun. It just depends how the game's going. Like if you want the second point in lifesteal, I don't even think it's too bad. Like 0-2-4 kind of thing. You want to max out the
getting
mortal
low up towards top. Yeah, man, gonna fall with the rotation coming in from Fade. They don't go after TZY, but they do get the kill there on the Lina. And 5 minutes in, bounty runes up. See if anybody rotates for the 6-minute rune.
Chalice is doing really well in the spot lane. I'm just watching this bot lane because he's playing it so well. With like forcing out denies and CS and things.
Yeah, it's 38-8. So doing really well. Obviously, some of those last hits coming from the neutral camp nearby.
Well, the skeletons as well.
Yeah. Oh, he did go to that stun, so he's gone 1-1-2.
Yeah, I assume he'll go 1-1-4. He might even just skip the ult and go like 1-2-4 by level 7. Depends how his game goes.
Yeah, I know a lot of Wraith Kings, they'll try to hold their skill point on the reincarnation until when they need it. Stun comes out, LSA, that lands onto the Sven. SCC taking a lot of damage. No Reality Rift to pull him back, but they've got the Aphotic Shield, and SCC ends up surviving, but they've brought Fade up here.
Yeah, the Bloodseeker doesn't need any help. He's fine.
No, not at all.
Ogre's done a good job of not taking too much XP in the spot lane, though. The last few waves, he's been trying to leave the Wraith King just alone a little bit.
Chalice about to hit that level 6. Ooh, there it is.
Now Wraith King's going to have to be holding his TP very carefully, I think. He just needs to push out this wave and then go jungle, I think. That's the big thing.
Is under attack.
Let your Lina come and take over bot as early as possible.
Good shackle. Power shot, rupture, blood right. Right click's coming in. Ogre's made the rotation. He's gonna stun up the Bloodseeker. Now all of a sudden, Chalice. Ooh, one shot from Daily. How does he survive there?
The South's coming through as well from the Wraith King, so the Bloodseeker's getting slower. He's fine. I'm really surprised he didn't TP. I didn't see the Lina coming in. And now the Sodi gets to take a stack in the top jungle as well.
Is under attack.
What did I say first? A lot of 1s and 2s coming out?
Something about me bullying you.
Yeah, I think we just know you're a bully.
Oh, Lesh came over to try and contest a stack, but they're slightly too late. I think he managed to get some of the XP at least, but Zodi gonna be swimming in gold.
Double damage getting denied there by MAGMA.
Top
but here comes Fade. They're looking to go potentially onto the Lina as well as the Ogre. They don't actually make their move on to anybody just yet. They're still rotating in. 4 heroes down bottom for the Dire side. That is a lot of commitment.
A tithe to the impurities.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, Shackle misses. Ooh.
This Rupture gonna feel like a bit of a waste. He's got Reincarnation, he's taking the point, the stun comes out into Exo, and now they've got the LSA to follow it up. They're gonna kill here on the Leshrac. Take him out. Rotation over from TZY, looking over at X-Nova. Use the Phantasm, and they get themselves a double. MAGMA with 2.
That's a huge issue. You can see the problem with this Abaddon 5 in that ever since they reduced the cast ranges of the Mistcoil and the Aphotic Shield, he couldn't get in there in time to be able to save the Lesh, and they're already at a 1k net worth advantage on the Radiant side. Like, we're playing this really well. Are we sure this is the same team as yesterday? They're playing so much better.
I think so. It also, you know, this is a team that's played with each other for a long time, so I'm not surprised that it's finally going to click.
No, it didn't happen overnight. Like, it's not like they're suddenly like, oh my god, we remembered how to play with each other today.
Yeah. Bottom, power shot, Rupture, out onto the Wraith King. Can they at least pop his Reincarnation? Yes, they can. So we've got 3 heroes down here. LSA, that's going to hit, and now the right click's coming out from ZC. Blood right down. They don't get the OG out of it. There's the Stormhammer out onto the Ogre, but a 3-man LSA. Meteor Hammer, missing. Okay. Reincarnation out of the hands of Wraith King's not the worst thing in the world.
They are stacking up these Sanity's Eclipse charge counters at the moment, though. They've got to be a bit careful on the Dire.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Coming over.
Did you just blow the ult here? No, okay.
You might want to now, but he's in trouble. Ooh. Just gets the Astral off. And LSA, Reality Rift, there's the stun, there's the Sanities, down goes X-Nova as well as SCCC. They're going to look over at Fade, blood right down again. Chalice and Fade just getting out of there, but they take out the Sven, they get the Abaddon as well.
I was going to start singing after saying drop it, but I decided, you know, we should probably let the game take over.
Or are you gonna do the
XM trying to find his way back into the game though. Like this Lesh track, like we said, they really want to be playing from in front on EHOME, and they want to be like grouping up around the Lesh, taking towers, like buffing him up with the shield and the heal. And now XM might be in trouble.
Oh boy. There's the stun from the Wraith King. OG coming over. And XM just getting some distance.
I thought with the Bloodlust, the OD would have the movement speed advantage, and I clicked and they're still the same. That's just such a crazy hero.
Mm. How's the Lina doing?
I mean,
now?
again,
Blade?
this Lina is now just taking over the bot lane, which is what we were saying before, right? You just let the Lina shove out the lane over and over again. If the Bloodseeker goes in there, you just TP away before he gets Atos. So. That's Sven? Ooh. Oh, he's just farming ancients. I thought he was dying to something.
Not in the most trouble.
Just seeing that.
He's in trouble, but not much. Well, yeah, it's like when Morphling Agi shifts and you freak out and click over.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Armlet on the Wraith King coming out in the courier.
Dire's middle tower.
And he's doing well. We talked about how much of a risk it would be if he didn't have a good start in TZY. He's had a good start. He's doing well.
Yeah. They have two of the better Bloodlust heroes as well, I think, in the the Wraith King and the OD. OD especially is really strong. Wraith King does have some attack speed problems early on into the game usually. So you see, people used to get like double gloves of haste and things on that hero when it was more popular.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Feed coming over to defend top.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Win percentage has it at 66 in favor of Magma.
Cool. I feel like that's quite high. I wouldn't put it as high as 66 at the moment, but they are doing very well. The Lesh is the one that I'm worried about still.
A tithe to the impurity.
CK, top.
Phantasm. Multicast on the stun and just right clicks before the Wraith Kick stun even hits.
And now they're going to be able to take a top tier 2, I'd imagine. They have a glyph.
Nobody comes over. Middle lane though. Astral Imprisonment. And the Power Ranger TP in. They've got the Rupture on his EC. They don't get the tier 2 tower up towards top just yet. They've got Wraith King pushing in.
Yeah,
forces a rotation from Triple C.
Protecting their OD seems more important, I think, than taking the tier 2. That makes sense. Oh, Chalice. Oh, God.
Reality Rift. Stun. 2 seconds. And now the Aphotic Shield
comes
that'll be placed on him. But there's the Meteor Hammer. Is it timed right? Yes, it is. They'll get the kill.
Is it timed right? This is ZC. Feared across lands. XM, by the way, has managed to sneak a tower there with Edict. Hiding in the trees. I say ZC feared across the land. It's the ZC of today, not the ZC of yesterday. He's doing incredibly well.
Things going well for Magma.
Yeah, like even the Lina has farm. Like she has an Aether Lens. Look at the farm of the Lina compared to the Wind Ranger. This game's going really well.
Like Sven's towards the top, but they have the ability to kite this Sven pretty well.
Radiant's bottom tower is
this OD is a great hero against like Sven in general. Because if you ever see the Axe Stun coming towards someone, you can pre-save them. It's not like this Guardian Angel stuff from the Omni where when he gets level 15 on the Sven, he can dispel it. So you have to be really careful about when you use it. Mid lane, Hammer.
Coming down onto the Sven, right clicks, Shackle. And now the God Strength, they might be able to get the kill here on the ZC. Everybody in town, and they're going to get TZY as well. A very good 1-2 gut punch from EHOME.
Yeah, they were within touching distance that whole time. So they... I don't know whether they baited it in or what there, but they are going to get a top tier 2 on MAGMA by the looks of it. This Wraith King's in trouble, though.
Dire's top tower.
Oh, long TP, though.
Monovatos, stun, and another one, but there's the Split Earth, lands on the Wraith King. Right click's coming through.
God.
Chalice taking a decent chunk of damage. The reincarnation now will be procced as he loses his first life. Blood right down. Shackle lands. They should be able to get him a second time. Lockdown for EHOME when put together like that does last quite some time.
Yeah, glad to see Kaz just TP away there on the Ogre. It's important that you don't just try and stick around to have a potential to save. Just let it go. Good skill build as well. No point leveling Ignite against the Abaddon, I don't think. Might as well just go 4-0-4, max the Bloodlust to help these 3 cores that you have on your team. And that's a blink on the CK. Okay, so I think the initiation front gets a lot easier now for the Radiant side.
Not going Ags on the OD, and we haven't seen Ags on OD in a while. What's the reason that this item just doesn't get picked up as much anymore?
I think since people worked out the Meteor Hammer thing, that's like the big farming item and stuff as well, right? Like it pairs up really well with the Flux. The Axe is like, I think if you go for it, you have to go for it first item, and have that like really long cast range save potential. Like build up the points for the Sanity's Eclipse and whatnot. I think the BKB and stuff is really important this game against the Lesh. So, you see,
Shackle lands, Wraith King. Yeah. Reincarnation on cooldown for another 35 seconds. They get the kill into Chalice, but there's the Astral Imprisonment. The damage being done to the OD. Now they're turning this around, potentially getting the kill onto the Leshrac. LSA Sanity's used. Dragon Slave is there. XM falls, dominating from Yan.
Potentially. Oh, TZY? They like face like, oh my god, I thought I was running the right way. Now I've just bumped into a CK.
Yeah, TP attempt's not going to happen. Kaz, he'll stop the TP, and Yan with another kill. 6-1 and 3 for this Lina.
Yeah, 3 huge kills. That one on the Lesh was big, especially. OD coming in to save the day. ZC making sure the Wraith King doesn't die, because like you said, Reincarnation was still on cooldown. Would have been a really sad death for the Wraith King.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It just brings it to a 1k lead, but a lot of that cutting down on the deficit is from the Sven.
Yeah, Sven's still farming really well, and we've all seen farm Svens this patch. I wouldn't rule EHOME out quite yet with this BKB Sven now.
No, not at all.
And I have to admit, old Wraith King probably fared. Wraith King probably fared up much better against old Sven before they changed God Strength. But now that it lasts 40 seconds instead of like 25, the second life on the Wraith King, you know, he's still going to have God Strength up again when you try and fight him the second time.
They're coming over, stun on the Chalice, and Radiant are able to retreat from this scenario.
Kaz just runs away with the Bloodlust as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Edict, top lane, tower gonna fall.
Radiant structures are fortified.
They're looking for
They're
TZY.
gonna find him. Ooh, avoids the stun with the Phantasm.
Oh my
Throws the stun
goodness.
at SCCC. That was well done by TZY. Now going around and has that Blink Dagger, so he escapes. Blink
I can't
Dagger
believe he
not
got
the
out.
normal item for a CK, but it certainly pays off wonders there.
I cannot believe he got out of that.
Middle tower is under attack.
That was really impressive.
Blink on the Lina, by the way, just dodges the Atos on the Bloodseeker.
Yeah, another Blink Dagger. Rupture used, that's out on the Kaz, but Chalice in a bad spot. There's the Laguna Blade. They get the kill. X Nova as well as Fade. They might be in some trouble. Fade, Astral Imprison, Meteor Hammer coming down. Shackle used as the Meteor Hammer came down onto him. But they'll still get this kill on the Windrunner, and they'll look towards the tier 1 tower bottom, maybe even the tier 2.
These rotations from ZC are so clean, though, every single time. Like, he's saving people, he's setting up kills. You talked about the OD BKB, by the way. The one I really want to talk about is the Lesh BKB. Because how many times this patch have we seen, like, Yule's BOTs into Bloodstone? Like, this BKB gets skipped so much, or they'll go, like, Ags or something instead, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this game, he has to go BKB. It's impossible to play against the OD if you don't have your own BKB. And if OD has his as well.
So 3K lead. Ags next for the Lina. Man, so farmed at this point.
Guys, why can't I level Little Shredder this game? Guys?
Ability draft, Fiery Soul, Little Shredder.
Where did my Stygian Desolator go? Ags is going to be really good, up against the Sven especially.
Yeah. Wraith King's had a couple of deaths here, but he's farming still really well, and he's got that Silver Edge.
Yeah, Silver Edge very good at breaking the Sven as well, for the no cleave.
Radiant are scanning.
But also just a good Wraith King item in general.
For sure.
Like setting up for kills with this, the Shadow Blade component. Obviously the Echo Saber very, very good as well. Oh, they're going into Roche. Like we're giving this one up feels a little bit crazy. But I guess they kind of want to wait for their OD's BKB potential as well. It's like a really awkward time for them to fight, even though they have a 5k net worth advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Because CK almost has BKB as well, he's like 1,400 gold away.
Dire's bottom tower
Wraith King's going BKB next as well. So I think this Aegis on EHOME kind of buys them time more than anything. Because I think when Magma get their BKBs, it's still going to be really difficult for EHOME to run into them. Maybe they can find a window here before they come out online, but...
XM. Now he's got that Aegis. BKB student for the CK. OD just about has his BKB.
This Lena's huge. It's like the whole net worth difference at the moment is just in the Lena.
Yeah.
Compared to the Wind Ranger. Like, that's wild.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. And this is going to get interesting once this Lena especially has this Ags. Already one component into it.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And the BKB's up on OD as well.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's structures are fortified.
The Dire see this top Radiant ward, by the way, because of their Observer that's about to run out, with the Sentry down as well, so should get dewarded relatively quickly.
Look at where Radiant are playing, how aggressive they are, where they are in the map, farming up the opponent's jungle. Like, you're kind of playing there, and
Aegis.
yeah. Although EHOME are kind of doing the same on the opposite side of the map.
He's disassembling his Echo on the Sven, I think, to get this Axe coming out in the courier. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he's just waiting for it. Yeah, he is. Okay.
Oh, he's not too far off of it. Sometimes we'll see that. I think when
Yeah, he disassembled it for the
timing's
BKB.
right. Did he?
And then built it back up again. Yeah, I think so.
Ogre. Stormhammer and Yules. They get a kill here on to Kaz. Easily done there for EHOME, but space being made for the rest of the team.
Tanks the gank. They don't really want to fight into the Aegis at the moment on Magma. They're quite happy chilling, just farming up still. Like, the more items that OD gets, like, we've seen how strong he gets yesterday. Like, when this Hex comes online, they find those openings, find the pickoffs.
So there's the Ags, and like we've seen this from Sven's, where this can just change the outlook of the game very quickly.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, they need to defend their towers. Like, they can't let this tier 2 fall, I don't think, for free. It's pretty wild. Wow.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And they just let that go.
Dire's bottom tower.
A little bit
Maybe they're,
surprising.
I guess they're more worried about the Aegis than I thought they'd be. The Lena's in a bit of trouble here. She's been shackled up. Is she just TP? Blink.
Over to the side. Power shot. Not going to land.
Oh, the voice lines are so good. It's the only good thing about Dieted.
OD, it's going to be a while until this Hex, but I'm a little surprised Magma are playing as slow as they are right now. Really conservative.
They have 3 cores that are all farming okay, though. They scale better going into the late game because they have Bloodlust and everything as well. I don't think they should be massively worried. Like, they've got BKB coming out on the Wraith King at 200 gold. BKB coming out... Well, sorry, CK has his BKB. Like, if they need to fight, then they will. But especially while the Aegis is up, it is difficult. So I can kind of get that.
But they're just letting towers go. Like, they let the tier 2 mid and the tier 2 top just fall.
Yeah, but that's I agree, it's quite a lot to give away, but if they're farming as well at the same time, like, it's effectively because they've given Aegis away, they don't really want to fight, even if they lose tier 2s.
Tribute to my house.
So no more Aegis to worry about.
They're drawing on the map that they want to link towards the top side. They want to smoke up here, I think. That telescope for the Abaddon will be huge. Sven?
Ooh, Sven in a lot of trouble, as we'll see. Whoa! Well, gets ripped apart. XM, X Nova now in some trouble. BKB's not going to last much longer, and they're all chasing. They all want to get the kill on XM. Yules, the damage, and the sanities. All of a sudden, a 7k lead for Magma.
Mum says it's my turn to kill XM. God. Yeah, I mean, crazy. The fact that they just like bring the Sven down from almost 100 to 0. The only reason he lived for a little bit longer is because of the Aphotic Shield from the Abaddon.
Yeah. And now they're going to take a 2-2 of their own.
Like, you see how much damage they do, though, with, like, this OD and with the Wraith King and things. Actually, like, they have no buybacks on their cores. Wraith King still has Reincarnation.
They're going to take this tier 3.
Dude, this Bloodlust is wild.
And it's set of racks. Or maybe just the melee racks and back up.
The CK wants to go in here as well, I think.
Reincarnation like that, and they won't. Okay. So they get the melee racks, they break the high ground 29 minutes into the game.
Yeah, the fact he's got away with not even using Reincarnation there says a lot about how this game's going for EHOME at the moment. I think a lot of this game comes down to how well their laning stage went though early. Like, especially the mid lane. And then Lesh had that really early death in the bot lane as well. And ever since then, EHOME have never really like gone through the gears. Like, that really early death set them back a lot, and it gives Radiant the time to just farm up on all their 3 cores. Like we were saying, the problem with the CK is if you start like falling behind, so then you suffer because you don't have a great farming mechanic. But if you're able to just trade farm, then feel pretty
BKB.
good.
Very early BKB from Chalice there.
Is that the, yeah, that was the 10-second as well.
Sven trying to get this AC. But I just don't know how EHOME are expected and how they're gonna react being down this much now.
They're not. 8k net worth difference at 30 minutes isn't a huge amount. Like, it is quite a lot, but it's not like impossible to win. It's just that they're playing against 3
felt
cores.
like a lot more.
Yeah, they're just playing against 3 cores that all do like heavy single target physical damage. Like, well, sorry, not just physical, but like the OD with the orb just pure. But you get the point. Like, they have so much damage on all their cores that it's really difficult to deal with all 3. Because it's like, who do you go on first? And if you don't go on the Lena, she has an Axe, and it's just doing like 900 like pure damage with the Laguna.
I think if this smoke goes wrong, this game is, you know, a lot of trouble for EHOME.
They get the D ward as well on the way out.
Radiant
Magma, that was really good. Now they're going to hold their own high ground.
Radametos, Shackle, that lands onto the Wraith King, and now they might be able to blow him up. Take a look over the CK uses the Phantasm as well as the Reality Rift. They try to get the kill onto this XM Lishrak, and they will with the Laguna Blade. They get the kill into TZY. They'll take the first life from this Wraith King. They look over at the Ogre Magi. They get down Kaz. LSA,
now the OD,
right coming in onto the Sven. They'll use the Sanities. They get the kill into Astro. He's dead for 74 seconds without buyback. Windrunner trying to run. BKB's been popped here by the Bloodseeker. Borrowed time, Shackle lands, that connects onto the OG. They've also got the blood right, but they get the kill into Chalice. They look over at X Nova. They'll find another one, and XM, he bought back, so he's in a lot of trouble to get the kill into Miami, and it's from a power shot all the way over on the side from Fade. Down goes the Lishrak. Fade might be next. There's the Sun, focus fire, and the right clicks, the 2-tap coming in from this Wraith King. Woo.
I'll be honest, the way that they just throw bodies in like that on EHOME makes me feel like, do they, like, what? Like, what is their communication like at the moment?
Yeah, that was
like,
not what they wanted.
Did you see the problem? Like, it was really well played by him at the start of the fight. They blow the first life of the Wraith King, and they kill all the CK Phantasm illusions straight away with the cleave. But the OD, during the BKB duration of the Sven, just hangs around on the backline. And then as soon as the BKB runs out, just turns up into the fight. And it's like, hello, you forgot about me.
And he 2-tapped Fade there.
Yeah. And the Ags on the CK did a lot last fight as well. At the start, it just disrupts everything straight away. Makes EHOME second guess.
$16K lead. Should be able to go in onto this tier 2 mid. And passing the cheese over. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just not looking good for EHOME now, down 17,000. It did take 70+ thousand for Magma to win the last game.
Yeah, I like that they gave the cheese to the CK. I think this guy's incredibly strong. Good AC on the Wraith King as well. Good item choices all round from Rated, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be interesting to see how much this OD gets picked the rest of the tournament, though. Because it seems to be something that's like gaining traction, almost. Like, especially against these like heroes like Sven that are like, he's hard to kite, but the OD is almost like an answer to it in a way.
Stormhammer just trying to clear up some of these creeps. It is not fun right now for the side of EHOME. And this is honestly really looking good for Magma. Like, they might be able to 2-0 EHOME. I don't know what, you know, the options really are for EHOME, what their outs are.
I mean, that would be a massive surprise if they do pull this off. CK has the BKB and the cheese.
There's the Phantasm, looks over at XM. They've got the Stormhammer coming out from SCCC.
He didn't BKB on
go here as the Hex. Can they get the kill with the Laguna Blade? There's the Sanities. They'll take out SCCC. He doesn't have buyback. He's dead for 78 seconds without it. Now they'll look over as they've got the 2-second stun into the Abaddon, and they'll get themselves both.
Oh, the Sven jumped in with the stun, but didn't press BKB.
Chalice is dead as well. Oh, no, he's not. At least not yet.
It's close.
Fire blast. Right click's coming in. Finally, he'll be finished. They'll look over at the Lishrak. They've hexed him up as well. He's on the run. The Aphotic Shield is there, as well as the Shackle. They get the kill into TZY, as well as take out this Aegis on OG. Blink away.
Great Shackle by Fade. Completely changes that fight. And again.
Shackle, but X-Nova getting blown up.
Where did he go? He had ult up in like 5 seconds when he died, unfortunately. It happens. Dude, this Bloodlust is honestly ridiculous. He hasn't even got the talent yet at level 20.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And with the CK buyback,
Dire's middle
it's going to be another set of racks.
If not more.
I think you just chill. I'd be really surprised if they go for this. I mean, I know there's no Abaddon, but like your CK's bought back as well. They're going to go for it.
Rupture, TZY, hit with the Rod of Atos. They've got the Shackle onto the Wraith King. They got the tier 3. Now the right click's coming in as well as the Laguna. They get the kill in XM. They'll look over the Spino, pops the BKB. Wraith King, silence. Meteor Hammer comes down onto Fade. Wow. He just gets blown up after that Meteor Hammer comes in. They get the kill.
Wow.
We'll see he's going to be dead for 80 seconds. Chalice looking like he's next, and that should just be it. GG is called by EHOME, and Magma take the 2-0 over this EHOME squad.
Yeah, they looked. I mean, EHOME looked lackluster today, but take absolutely nothing away from Magma. They played so well.
Yeah.
I said to you at the start of this game, I cannot believe this is the same team that we saw yesterday. They like ZC especially has gone from being like a 2 to like a 10 on a scale today. He played like the Doom in game 1, the OD in game 2 felt amazing. He was always in the right place at the right time. This game 2, especially like saving people. Do you remember that when the Wraith King got gone on top?
Yeah.
Fantastic play from Magma, and it's nice to see the CK do well after yesterday as well, because it was a rough start for them, but a huge win.
Yeah, and Mian Mian for me is the MVP. He played out of his mind, not only in game 1, but I think he played such a good Lina game just now. And overall, too, ZC, I don't want to take anything away from him because he's also on that list of guys who really